Hi, here I am again. Today's question that came in is, can parents expect their children to make good decisions without clear guidelines? Simplistically put, the answer is absolutely not. So let's talk about brain development. It takes 25 years for the human brain to mature. For children and teens, their frontal lobes, which are located right here, aren't developed, and that is the area where good decision making is made. That is where wisdom is stored, and what we parents need to do is guide our children so they will be able to make wise decisions when the unexpected comes up. Clear guidelines would be things like, you have to be in at 11 o'clock. A consequence for that would be, and if you're not in by 11 o'clock, you have decided not to have the car the next day. By giving an agreement and a consequence before somebody violates the agreement, we have success for our kids. Now let's say that our child comes in at 11:05. Well, that's close to 11 o'clock, but here's what I've learned over the many years I've been doing this. 11:05 becomes 11:15. And then before we know it, the 11 o'clock curfew really doesn't exist anymore. And even though it's not okay, it becomes okay. What is not okay that we don't deal with goes into what I like to call the okay corral. It's really hard to get things out of the okay corral because we've given them a pass. We need to provide structure, be concrete, be specific, and not waver from the guidelines that we give our children. Another example, which happens in schools all the time, is having your child be offered a joint. What are your guidelines about when that happens? And it will happen. What do you want your child to decide? If you don't tell them, they won't intuitively know. And I want to simplify this even more. Think about if you wanted to learn the language that Russians speak, and you've never heard it and you are not familiar with the alphabet. Could you teach yourself? It's the same thing with our kids. They can't teach themselves what they don't know, and their brains do not provide them with the wisdom to make good, sound decisions. That's what we parents are for.